order for the Town of St. John Redevelopment Commission meeting for December 10th, 2025. Could we have roll call, Katie?
Sure. Gerald Swets is absent. Christian Jorgensen.
Present.
Michael Bovat.
Present.
Wayne Pondinas is absent. Ann Oster.
Present.
Bill Manisopoulos.
Here.
Joe Svetnov.
Here.
Beth Hernandez by way of Katie Goley here.
Thank you, Katie. Moving on to item 3, public comment. We have some individuals here. Bill Hazenjager. Hausenjager? Yes. If you could come up at this time.
I don't have anything to say. I just wanted to hear about this proposed development.
Sure. Understood. All right, thank you. And then next we have Donna Fatke.
Hey, Billy. Do I have the wrong?
If you could just state your name and your address, please.
Oh, you think I'd know the drill by now.
You would think, yes.
Good evening. I'm Donna Fatke. I live at 10729 Maple Lane in St. John. I just have a request, and that has to do with the items in Public 5 and 6. I've heard and read the term TIF and Residential Housing Program and Economic Development Area, but I've not found any documentation on what they are, what they're going to do, how much money is going to be garnered by them, and how that money is going to be used. So when you get to those points at the agenda, could you give the citizens of St. John an explanation of what those are?
Right, we'll expound on those.
Okay, thank you.
Next on the list, Steve Ingram.
I would just duplicate what she asked, so thanks.
Okay, same thing.
All
All right, thank you both. Moving on to item 4, approval of minutes. A, November 19th, 2025 Redevelopment Commission meeting minutes. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
I second.
I have a motion. I have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Item 5, public meeting. A, residential housing program, Castle Rock. Billy, can you speak to this, please?
Thank you, Mr. President. The first item, or the first public meeting, is for Castle Rock. This is roughly a 90-acre parcel west of Tapper, east of Beale, consisting of 60 homes. As far as the figures, those are being worked on by Andy Mauser from Baker Tilly. I have Tom Everett here from Barnes and Thornburg if you guys have any questions. This is for the creation of the EDA areas. And I'd ask Tom and Andy to come up to see if there's any questions that the council may have.
We've been through this before.
Correct.
I mean, does anybody else need more of an explanation? I mean, I hate to keep you gentlemen if nobody else does, because we understand it. Anybody else?
Well, what I asked, yes, specifically.
So this is, I'm sorry.
Proceed.
Go ahead. Tom, if you don't mind.
Yeah, just
Give a little
kind of
overview.
maybe, just kind of comment on what the EDA is and kind of what its purpose is for.
So under the Indiana Code, the redevelopment statute, the redevelopment statute allows towns to create economic development areas, and then within those economic development areas, designate portions or all of the economic development area as an allocation area for purposes of collecting TIF. And TIF is the tax increment revenues that are received by the Redevelopment Commission based on new assessed value that's generated in the economic development area. So it doesn't affect in any way the taxes that are currently being paid in the economic development area. If there is new residential development in the economic development area, those revenues would be collected as TIF and paid into the Redevelopment Commission for the Redevelopment Commission to use for various purposes supporting residential development under the redevelopment statute. So that's a high-level overview of
Quality of life, infrastructure, those types of
exactly
things.
Exactly.
Yes. All right, thank you. And Andy, if you want to maybe piggyback, any comments to kind of maybe coincide with what Thomas just said?
Sure. Again, Andy Mauser with Baker Tilly. We have begun preparing TIF estimates for the project, and then would hope to have, prior to your January meeting, updated numbers, as that's when additional approvals for the project would begin. So, as Billy mentioned, it is a 60-home development, so we will kind of continue to work on estimates of what those 60 homes would be able to generate. For a residential economic development area like this, you have the ability to capture those TIF dollars for a period of 20 years. So it is limited compared to traditional commercial TIF areas that have that 25-year lifespan. And at the end of that 20-year lifespan, all assessed value would be returned to the tax base at that time. So the ability for the Redevelopment Commission to capture TIF, again, throughout that 20-year period, and then those TIF dollars could either be used for reimbursement to the developer or for other purposes, which would include infrastructure, public safety type costs, as you mentioned, quality of life type improvements
Yes.
as well.
Gentlemen, is there any detriment to the town or their residents for this?
No, there's not. This is all new growth, and it's new additional revenue, again, to assist with infrastructure improvements and other needs of the town.
Thank you.
I was just going to say, like, and in your experience, like, a lot of the municipalities and towns that the state has set this tool up to use, is that something that's utilized quite often, would you say?
It is. Yeah, it's definitely, I think, a growing tool, and especially with some of the changes we'll see from Senate Bill 1, it
Yes.
provides a necessary funding tool for a lot of those, ongoing needs, both capital and operating.
All right, well, thank you, Andy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does that help to clarify? Any other questions along with that?
Say reimbursement to the developer for
We should have this at public comment. We can't take comment just from the crowd.
Okay. Well, and again, that's something that, as they move through the process, that'll all be determined. All right, thank you for that, gentlemen. And I think similar to that, B, Residential Housing Program, Park West. Billy?
This is a 21-acre parcel east of Toll, west of Calumet, south of 101st, north of Ruby Lane, consisting of 150 units. Again, I can bring up Tom and Andy to repeat the same thing that they just went over, if you like.
I think it's similar, but I think we're clear on that. I hope everybody understands it.
Yep.
All right, with that, then we'll move to item 6, ordinances and resolutions. A, motion to approve resolution,
If there was a public meeting,
Correct. So,
close it.
Mr. President, I would close the public meeting and then move on to the ordinance and resolution.
actually, I was waiting for Joe to make the reminder for me to close the public. All right, the Attorney Joe said to close, so, do we have a motion to close the public
Motion to
meeting?
close.
So moved. I second.
Have a motion, have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Thank you, Christian. Moving to item 6, ordinances and resolutions. Motion to approve Resolution 2025-12-10A, a resolution of the St. John Redevelopment Commission declaring an area in the town of St. John, Lake County, Indiana, as an economic development area to be known as the Castle Rock Economic Development Area, approving an economic development plan for said area, establishing a residential housing program in all matters relating thereto. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
I second.
I have a motion, I have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Moving to B, motion to approve Resolution 2025-12-10B, a resolution of the St. John Redevelopment Commission declaring an area in the town of St. John, Lake County, Indiana, as an economic development area to be known as the Park West Economic Development Area, approving an economic development plan for said area, establishing a residential housing program and all matters related thereto. Do I have a motion?
Absolutely. So moved.
Do I have a second?
I second.
I have a motion, I have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Item 7, reports and correspondences. Reports, comments, correspondences.
One comment, and just to simplify what just went on these two items, the town council has adopted resolutions to create 2 economic development areas. For anyone that might not have heard or understood what it was, the numbers are being worked on by Baker Tilly, and will be ready for our next meeting. Thank you, and that's all.
All right, thank you for that, Billy. Item 8, adjournment. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
A motion. I have a motion, I have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 3